fake. 49ers bring pressure. Two inside backers come down the sideline. Romeo Doubs, a touchdown.
Hang on. Love to Watson to a one-score game.
Hey, this is Ahman Green, Green Bay Packers all-time leader in rusher. Bill, the Packer fan and Packer owner, Nick, they run a website for Packer news and updates, and I know Packer news hasn't been so great lately because we got some players that are not Packers anymore that you loved at one time, but you might hate a little bit right now.
Two great running backs. We have a competent offensive line.
He's saying that he felt in November and December that they didn't want him back.
Get a little safety in that position. Either we go.
There's no reason to believe we can't return, but.
And they already came out. There's a couple guys that came out and said that Rodgers is telling
solution of it, and don't let them go for anything under than one.
And you know what, Packer fans? The Bears still suck. So go Pack Go, and good luck to you, Bill and Nick. Their website and their Packer news. Talk to you later.
It's a lot easier to come in and skip doing mop-up duty, but he threw the ball off. He kind of looked like Aaron Rodgers the way he was throwing the ball sidearm and just flicking the wrist, and the ball was just jumping out of his hands. Agreed.
Hey everybody, this is Gerhard de Beer, former Green Bay Packer offensive lineman, and you're watching Frozen Tundra Network with Bill the Packer fan and Packer owner Nick. Enjoy.
I love Shannon Sharp saying what he says. One of my favorite analysts out there. What's up, everybody? Frozen Tundra Network. How's everybody feeling tonight?
What's up, man? Go Pack Go.
We
happening.
took a week off because Ken was being babyface again, having his issues.
Fucking Ken.
Sure. Try and blame me when you're the one that always wakes.
We got A-Dub. What's up, A-Dub? We got John Dorn. We got Robert. We got Ken. Babyface Ken. Robert Bertana. What's up, you guys? Frozen Tundra Network. Now, we're going to do something a little different than what we usually do. Usually we do Packers news and we do Packers stuff to start out our segments. But tonight, we're going to start out with a rival team because this is kind of all everybody's been talking about the last few days. We're going to start out with the adorable Detroit Lions. Rare. That's what I see every time they act like they have a good team. So, the Lions, I want to start with John Dorn because I think that he'll be the funniest person to start with about this. The Lions brought out this amazing logo from, 1946 to 1969, I believe, was when they were using that logo. It might not have been on the helmets all the time, but they were using the logo. Why don't you talk about it real quick, John Dorn? I know you got a lot to say.
Well, that's going to be one of the ugliest fucking helmets I've ever seen, man. I swear to God. I mean, when they go to kindergarten and have someone drop that Lions, like, come on. But, it is what it is, That's when they're losing years, and they're going to bring it up, to now. Let them wear it. Let them wear it. I'm embarrassed if I was a Lions fan.
Real quick, we are not anti-Aaron Rodgers. We all love Aaron Rodgers. We had a show where we all raised our glasses and said goodbye to Aaron Rodgers. I wish him the best as long as he doesn't win it all against us. I don't care.
We're not anti-Rodgers.
John, what does the logo look like real quick? Just
looks like a pile of turd.
Bro.
So,
Allison, a turd would have came out better. Are you kidding me?
Go ahead and take the reins and tell me everything that you were just saying
dude,
before this.
Honestly, bro, I honestly, when I first saw it and they broke it, I thought it was a joke. There's no way that's their logo. I mean, all these Lion fans are pumping up. We got a fierce new team. And then that line does not look fierce. There's nothing fierce about that thing. There's nothing that says anything new about the team that they're going to destroy and dominate. I'm not scared of nothing.
There was Lions fans who have their own show. It's called The Main Event. Main Event Mike was actually expressing how much he hated these because it makes him feel like there's a time of when they were losing. Yeah. Not only that, he was sitting there saying, so we waited for years for something creative for this shit. And I'm going to give it to Darian real quick because Ken looks like he's a little busy with whatever you're doing, chewing over there. So go ahead, Darian.
I was the same thing I've done every show.
What do you think about that new old logo?
When
just a bland concept at best is all I'm gonna say. Like, can't say I like it, but I like it at all. And certainly, if that bland logo says enough about what Detroit season will look like, I won't even care much for it.
Come on, man. It's the same old Lions, bro.
It did feel like same old Lions doing same old stupid shit when they came out with that logo.
Fucking it, bro.
Yeah, like
oh, go ahead, A-Dub. Get your last part.
Yeah, like that logo itself just reminds them about who their owners be. Like, it represents the Fords all over again. Like, we're trying to get past the whole case of being owned by the Ford family. Like, if you're gonna bring out a logo, bring something more unique and ferocious as opposed to something that bland and old fashioned. Like, we don't want to remember the losing days anymore. And if we lose with that logo on them, luckily they say it's only 2 games they are playing where you're going to see that new logo come out. And their thing is, if you lose, it just reminds them of their old rough days back then.
Welcome, Chad. We're going to give it to Ken real quick, and then I'll swing it over to you, all right? This is a Lions fan. I almost said a fan Lions. Go ahead, Ken. Tell us what you thought about the whole thing. What happened with this uniform, man?
I think they decided that they were going to base this logo off of an anemic lion. That, hey, what's the most ferocious thing we can think of? I know, a lion that's going to die in the next week. I'm usually one for the throwbacks and all that. I think a lot of them are cool. But this one, I think they definitely missed the mark.
Man. There's just so much.
I can understand they pay someone to make these decisions. They pay someone. I don't get it.
So we got a Lions fan in here. His name is Chad. Go ahead and take the reins real quick. Chad, tell us what you thought about this logo.
Okay, I think the lion. I hate the tail mostly coming over the back because lions' tails don't do that. But
He's right. He's right.
Okay, but this is something that had to get passed through the NFL. All right, and we're only wearing it 2 games this year, so it really doesn't bother me. I love the new blue of the helmet for sure. And I don't mind the Mustang logo on it. It looks kind of cool. The Fords own the team. Yeah, you want to distance. A lot of Lions fans wanted the Fords to sell the team for years and years and decades. Okay, but when Sheila finally took over, she's going into year 3. She has made a difference. She's making good business decisions. She's making the right hirings. She's letting the people she put in place make decisions. So, I mean, obviously you guys aren't scared of the helmet, but you must be scared of a little bit this
Nobody's
year.
Look, man, I've been watching the Lions a long time, man. And I've seen them get up to a 10 win. I mean, they've only had 4 double-digit wins 4 times in the last 30 years. But, I mean, they haven't done anything since the 80s, man, 90s, early 90s. They haven't done anything. They haven't been scary. I'm sorry. It's not. I've heard this story over and over again,
I see the Lions give the 9 wins and all of a sudden boom, right back down to the bottom again.
Yeah.
That 9 wins and boom, right back down to the bottom again. It's like,
look, can the Lions do it? Sure, man. I'm not saying they can't. I'm just saying until they do, I got no faith.
Yeah, exactly. On paper they look good.
I think you guys are mistaking shit talk for fear, or fear for shit talk, whichever way that goes. So what we're doing is we're highlighting the unknown, because that's all the Lions have ever had is the unknown. Yeah. They've never had the guarantee. They've never had the prominence. They've never had the prestige. Okay, so for us to talk about the Lions the way that we are, I think we all can. I know John Dorn's going to do a John Dorn thing and not acknowledge it, but I think we can all acknowledge that right now it looks on paper like the Lions. They should be able to win this division. I'm not in fear of that. First of all, we've been knocked off. We've been knocked off the pedestal a little bit once we lost Aaron Rodgers, okay? But if Jordan Love can be good, then we'll be right back at it. So give it a year. We'll let you guys have it for a year if that's what happens, but we're coming right back for it.
Yeah, we don't stop, man. That's how we've been the last 3 decades. I mean,
to tell you the truth, I see us fucking actually winning the division this year. I'm not trying to be a homer or nothing. I think our defense.
There actually are analysts that I know it sounds crazy, but there actually are analysts out there that are picking Green Bay to win the division all of a sudden, which
I know.
I find it crazy, but I also find it to not be crazy if, again, the scheme works and Jordan Love is good. We have a really talented roster also. So I'm not going to bet on Green Bay winning the division. I wouldn't do that. But we were talking about this last time. I think we're looking north of 6 wins like we originally thought. Yeah. We're starting to look at 8, 9, maybe even 10 wins all of a sudden. Go ahead, you guys. Tear that apart.
I'll wait my turn.
Well, my perspective was I already had the Lions pegged as a team who wins the division this year. As far as me thinking they should, considering the direction they've been on, coming off that rebuilding year, like they've been trending upwards, I don't see them actually regressing too much at all this year at all. Like they pretty much, from my perspective, they pretty much improved a bit to where they should maintain the winning momentum they got right now.
It's everything about is positive right now.
Winning the division, but my only question is, he actually win.
I think the most realistic thing that
are they in a position where we could see them make a run in the playoffs yet?
I think the most realistic option for us right now, because again, I think our roster is good enough that we could either be on the inside looking out or on the outside looking in. I see us right on that cusp of that bubble. So,
well, it was discussed this morning because I do that. I watch that show every morning at 10 o'clock. Russell Wayne does, and they were a caller said it could be like the NFC South last year, how like an 8 and 9 team wins. I mean, it's like who's got the least amount of losses. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And who has less injuries too? That's another big.
Well, no, yeah, and no one knows injuries. I mean, that's. I mean, but you don't go and nobody wants to go and thinking we're going to be injured because that's the worst.
One thing Green Bay is good at doing is competing while injured. So we've done it.
We're usually next man up. Next man up, man. Next man up. No excuses. We don't make no excuses.
Remember when we had healthy. We had a million injuries, and we played the undefeated Cardinals 2 years ago. We had nobody. Remember that?
Yeah,
Aaron Rodgers still threw 3 touchdowns, and we beat the undefeated Cardinals. We had nobody. That was when Rasul Douglas all of a sudden we went, okay, this guy might be kind of good. It happens, man. Green Bay has the depth and the personnel.
As I recall in that game, our top 3 receivers was out. Bakhtiari was out. Jair Alexander was out. Zadarius Smith was out.
We also didn't have Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
We had no receivers.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
MVS, we had no Lazard. We had nobody that game. I'm pretty sure we didn't have MVS or Lazard either.
That's what I mean.
True. And Hall of Fame quarterbacks make it. What I'm saying, though, is I think Green Bay puts personnel around the roster to make it happen. Now, that's just an assumption, right? We'll have to see what happens without Aaron Rodgers. Everything's an assumption right now. Chad, what do you think about us talking about – now, look, we're not going over the rails. I've seen other Green Bay Packers fans be like, you know what, like 13 wins this year, 12.
I don't think that's realistic.
What we're doing is like we think like 8, 9,
10.
maybe 10.
I'm thinking 10 is the ceiling.
I would have you right there taking second in the division unless something happens to Goff. If something happens to Goff, you're winning the division. As improved as our defense is and our air traffic control secondary, which you guys cannot deny is the most improved part of our team this offseason.
It is.
As long as Goff is safe, I've got us at 11 or 12. I've got you guys around 9 or 10. Taking second. I've got the Vikings, the Vikings, at the bottom of the cellar. The Bears are going to be better. I've got the Bears at like 8 wins.
That's
at 6.
I think 8's too money for the Bears, but okay.
I gave the Vikings.
I'm thinking 6, 7.
I gave them both 6 wins, but I had the Vikings underneath the Bears because I think they'll win less division games. I think the Bears are going to beat the Vikings this year. It'll happen. Watch. I could see the Bears potentially. Now, look, I know you guys are going to go, oh. I can see them potentially splitting with us this year. I can see it. I can see us having a bad game.
What you talking about, Nick?
I really could. I really could see it. But I think it's more probable that they get swept by the Lions and the Packers together.
As long as they got Fields, I'm not worried about anything.
I'm gonna say this. Hey, I'd say this. If there is a pattern that usually takes place with the Vikings, every time they have these kind of seasons where they win more than 10 games, the next season you're going to see them regress badly to where they're less than 10 wins.
Oh, they're going to be less than 8 this year.
What's up, Isaac? What are you doing?
Hey man, you missed the first topic. Right now. I just want to hop. You missed the first topic on the helmet, man.
Oh man, I'm at the beach right now. I just want to hop on to say something about that helmet. That shit was fucking trash. I don't know how Lions fans are defending that. Oh man, that thing looks like a fucking somebody tried to draw a stick figure and fucked up. I mean,
it kind of looks like a school bus or an elephant trunk or something. I don't know. It's hard to like. But look, Lions fans need to like instead of get so mad when we say that, like just chill a little bit because look, we were just talking about this earlier. Green Bay has some really fucking ugly throwbacks, okay? But every once in a while, let's be honest, like sometimes it's cool to watch them playing their ugly throwbacks. Just like I was just saying the Steeler Bumblebee uniforms. Like I know that they're ugly and they look stupid, but every once in a while when they use them, I'm like, it's kind of cool that they're wearing like these weird, funky outfits. You know what I mean? So it's not necessarily a bad thing. We're just saying, hey man, like who got paid millions of dollars to come up with that? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, again, you got to roll with the Greyhound. That a Greyhound with the
oh my God, it looks like a Greyhound, doesn't it?
That's great.
Oh man, that thing's comedy. Lions fans are like acting like it's a life and death fucking situation with it. It's like, dude, just calm down. That shit does not look good.
They're all beating their chest. Oh, we're so ferocious, and then they come out with that, bro.
Now,
helmets don't win games, you guys. Okay.
I know, but still, it's funny.
One thing that'll really piss me off. This better not happen this year. If we lose to the Lions and they wear that shit, I will be livid.
Oh my God!
Hey, let me ask you this, man. If they dressed up like clowns out there, would that make a difference?
Yes, it would be insult to injury.
They've done it for 50 years, so
no,
what would it matter?
That was pretty good, Chad. I'll give you that. That was good.
Nah, hey, if they beat us, they'll wear the Detroit Rams shirts.
Right?
Chad, were you rooting for
Have
Matt
a good
Stafford?
show, fellas.
All right, later,
All right,
Isaac.
we'll see you, man.
Were you rooting for Matt Stafford, Chad, to win the Super Bowl?
On the first time, yes, and I knew it would hurt our draft pick. I actually did because I have a lot of respect, and the man went through a lot, and he's tough. He's one of the toughest quarterbacks in the league. He's getting old. He's only got a couple more years left, probably. I wanted to see him get one, but after he got it, no, I rooted against the Rams all last year.
See, I'm petty. I don't want Aaron Rodgers to ever win again since he's not on our team.
He already won. Stafford never won. That's why I kind of
true.
The Lions only won 3 games that year. Why would I not?
I can see what you mean. It would be like if the Dolphins, if Marino went to a different team, they'd kind of be like, "Hey, man, he deserves one." I get that. So that is a little different than Rodgers already has one, right? And he's already got 4.
I kind of look at it like Peyton Manning. If he happens to have to go to the different franchise to get his Super Bowl, I'm okay with it. It sucks, but, hey, he got it. It didn't go against us. Hooray.
Yeah, but I don't even think the Jets are even the best in their division. Look at fucking Miami. Miami's getting up there pretty good.
I think Miami got a lot better this year.
Oh,
they got a lot. So as long as Tua could stay upright, I think that's a great team.
Well, I don't know. No, they're on the receivers just got
Chat.
some charges.
Chat.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Darian.
And Yeah, I was going to ask Chad, how much faith would you have in your Lions if Lions should they go to the playoffs this year?
Depends on where they
Like
come
how
in.
far
If
you
they,
think they could actually go?
Well, okay. So first of all, if they do win the division this year, what seed do you see them realistically being out of the 4 divisions?
I see them having home field advantage, being a second or third seed. I mean, we got San Fran and we got the Eagles. I mean, they're most likely. So I can see us at a third
Cowboys.
seed with a home playoff game against possibly the Packers.
I can see it. Actually, I
Yeah,
can see
I
that.
could.
I could see that being the irony of the season right there, where the Lions finally get to the playoffs and then they
Man,
play the
And
Packers.
Green Bay takes them
Back in
out.
the day, we played them a lot of times, 3 times, man, because we met them in the playoffs. We met them in the playoffs, man. It's happened a lot.
Minnesota too.
Yeah.
We've gone to the
But-
playoffs and met them.
But hey, I'm about to say if there's any other teams I could see as a wild card that may play the Lions, it could be perhaps the Seahawks or the Cowboys.
Seahawks, I think
I'm high on
Niners are
Seahawks.
going to win that division, but the Seahawks, man, they could be like an 11-win wild card team.
Play
You know what I mean?
spoiler on the Niners. They could be enough to chip them down.
They're going to blow everybody's mind this year, in my opinion. The Seahawks, people aren't giving them enough credit.
They
at
should
all.
be.
Well,
Geno plays anything
Gino's
like
only
he did
got 1
last
year under his belt, man. He played decent.
Yeah, I was going to say, if he plays anything like he did last year, I think they're definitely going to be a very good wild card team.
But that's what people are doing is they're nostalgically putting old Geno up when look how comfortable he was with that team.
Yeah.
And I think Pete Carroll is just that damn good of a coach at
Mhm.
times where maybe he just knows how to help his quarterback.
Yeah,
I mean,
depending
you got
on
Matt
how well.
Leinart. He had,
Yeah,
what, he had Matt
depending on how
Leinart with
well.
2 national championships, I think, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Matt Leinart is one of the worst quarterbacks to ever play in the NFL in fucking history, okay? So he got that guy to win national championships. I'm just saying. But so
Yeah, and depending on how Russell Wilson does, we're going to see what type of quarterback that Pete Carroll's been working with all these years. And if he tanks anything like he did last season again, I think it's going to go to show that Pete Carroll is this massive quarterback whisperer.
well, let's be honest. If the Seahawks, if every single running back that the Seahawks ever touched last year didn't get hurt, they probably win more games than they actually did. Dude,
Yeah.
they lost their top 3 running backs in the first half of the fucking season, and then they started coming back at the end. They started winning games again, and I mean that's tough, man. If we lost AJ Dillon and Aaron Jones, dude,
Oh
we'd
my
be screwed
God.
too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
They lost Rashad Penny, and man, it was fun to watch them though. Chad, you said something about game managing though. Were you talking about Geno?
Yeah, all he's got to do, he's got the team around him. He play more like Goff. Limit the way down the field throws and hit your guys in open areas in the slot. Just manage the game, control the clock. The longer the offense is on the field for the team with the ball, the less time that the opponent has to have the ball and score.
I think that Geno and Goff last year, they did a little more than game manage, which was like refreshing for their teams to see. But I get what you're saying. Like you don't have to force the rock. Let the rock walk into the end zone sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, so
Look at St. Brown. Look at St. Brown. He averaged under 11 yards per catch last year. And most of those catches, he had to run for 4 or 5 yards after. So Goff was hitting him at 4 to 6 yards past the line of scrimmage, and St. Brown.
And Duncan.
So I'm going to toss this over to John Dorn when I say this, and then we'll go to Ken. I think one of our biggest problems last year for Green Bay was we didn't game manage enough. Instead, and look, this usually worked for us, but last year it was clear as day that Aaron Rodgers wanted the ball in his hands, and there were so many 3rd and 4th downs where it just fucked us like left and right. It was just like, dude, like if it's going to be 4th and 4 and you want the ball in your hands, don't throw it in the goddamn dirt. You know what I mean? Or don't overthrow a guy for 45 yards. You know what I mean? Like, and
don't let fucking Cobb go fucking over 20 yards and throw a bomb towards him because Cobb can't fucking do bombs fucking very well, man.
It was tough to watch. And look, I really think as long as what Chad was talking about, like if Jordan Love can just game manage and let the game come to him instead of him forcing the game, man, I could see Green Bay having some success with that, can't you?
I do.
Yeah.
John Dorn, this is your time.
I just think fucking Jordan Love's gonna pick apart any fucking defense that comes at him. Tell you, he's just so fucking in the pocket. He can take the pressure in his pocket. He's like, "Fuck you, boom." I mean, he's just so poised in that pocket. I mean, he's got the arm to get him out of things. Little sidearm. He can run on a run. He can fucking throw on a run even. He's just, I have a lot of confidence in him, tell you the truth. He knows that playbook inside and out. He's been in that playbook for 3 freaking years. You know what I mean?
And how many passes does Love have in his career?
What?
How many passes does Love have in his career?
What does that have to do about it?
I want to say
everything.
He's about 58 passes. He's about 58
he's got like
passes.
52 or something, right?
58 or something like that, yeah. But every time look at the Chiefs. They blitzed the shit out of him, and he still fucking did good. You know what I mean?
So, Ken, what do you think about what we're talking about? I mean, he's talking about Jordan Love's pocket presence, obviously. And I'm talking about – he also mentioned something that I like where he knows the playbook inside and out. But last year we didn't run the playbook, did we?
No. I think a lot of it, Aaron Rodgers had thought, even with me being injured, I'm still Aaron Rodgers and I can will the team. And it just wasn't fully there for him, I think, because of the injuries, because of what the hell was ever going on with him and management. I think that had an effect of the product on the field, too. I don't think he purposely tanked the games. I think it's...
There's no way he plays with a broken thumb all year. And
he was
beaten pretty bad all year.
I think he would have just checked it in if that's what it really was. Okay, I'm going to sit on the bench and collect my money.
You know something that pisses me off is when Packers fans like, do you think Aaron Rodgers tanked those games? That's why you can't accept we just weren't that good last year.
He is way too competitive of a person.
I don't think he was fully in those games. I don't think he was all in on those games.
That's different.
I don't think he put his cape on like we're used to seeing him and throwing the team over the shoulder and saving the day. I do not think he was not committed.
There could be a percentage of that Rodgers actually did decline and gave everything he had the last few years. If that is possible, now, again, that's an assumption. Who knows? He may come out and kill it this year with the Jets. But what if he really did decline and he's just not the same guy anymore? Go ahead.
You got to look at it this way. He doesn't have over a 300-yard game in 23 games. I mean, his last MVP, I think Adams really helped him out on that one. I mean.
Can I just say something? Why do you think that's a negative, John?
What?
That he didn't have 300 yards in like 23 games.
Well, because we're a quarterback like that, we should be throwing more.
Bro,
I don't think we needed to.
We had a lot of years where we threw and had a lot of 3 and outs, man, because of a drop pass or whatever. But I'm just saying. The way that our run game is, and the way that our team is built, we shouldn't have to rely so much on Rodgers. We should be able to lean on Jones and Dillon to carry this team because they're great. They're great run, and we're going to be doing it this year for sure.
That's one of the things that we were talking about with this subject, though, was where Rodgers himself, it seemed at times, didn't let that happen over his own power.
Oh, I agree. Rodgers got it in his own way, man. I'm just saying I don't like to hear that's looked on as the negative. Rodgers for a lot of games managed the wins. I mean, we had 13 consecutive win seasons.
It wasn't a lot of games, it was a lot of years.
No, I understand that, but I'm just saying that's 30. I mean, those 13 wins, that's 39 wins right there that Rodgers managed the team.
His deep balls were getting bad. I mean,
so we're going to go to bad. They did start looking bad. We're going to go to Chad, who raised his hand. Thank you for that. And we'll go to Adarian. And then Rob, I got a segment for you after they talk. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Chad.
all right. I got it, bro.
Okay. The Packers should have had at least 10, probably 11 wins. They should have beat the Giants. All right? They should have beat the Lions.
There's a few games. Yeah, you're right about that.
They should have beat the Lions twice.
We were live playing the Giants game on Frozen Tundra Network, and we got to watch that debacle all together. So
yeah, it was horrible.
Why did the Lions beat them twice? Because Aaron Rodgers could not figure. No, against us, he should have never thrown the ball anywhere near Kirby Joseph ever.
No. I mean, I disagree with that. In the first meeting, had nothing to do with Kirby Joseph. Yeah, he had that interception at the end, whatever. But
and what was
I'm not talking about the second meeting. I'm talking about the first meeting where Rodgers, the first interception he threw, he actually threw a perfect fucking ball to a wide open guy. He just hit the dude in the
right off his hands, popped it up.
He hit the defensive lineman in the helmet, and it popped
Yeah,
up.
that's what he did. Yeah.
That's just an unfortunate turn of events right there. So he was wide open. Rodgers just needs to hit. He just needs to hit that better. That was.
Well, you don't have to worry about that.
75%. So the second interception, I'm gonna give 25% Rodgers, 75% LaFleur, because Rodgers, the play was he was gonna fake the run, and without even looking, there was gonna be a lineman wide open for a touchdown, right? Your guys' defensive, your rookie Hutchinson made a great play and a great read on it. Rodgers didn't even look. The play was the second you fake the ball, just turn and throw it. He didn't even look. So it's a little bit on Rodgers, mostly on LaFleur. That's bad play calling. Now, the third one, Kirby Joseph picked it off at the end. I understand that, but we were in desperation mode. That's different than don't throw it around Kirby Joseph, in my opinion. But the second one, sure, you have a little bit of leeway to say that. Go ahead and finish, Chad. Sorry.
Oh, no problem. I mean, I honestly see you guys taking first or second. I believe the Lions will, but you have the second best, second best offensive line. You probably have the best linebacking core. You definitely have the two best corners. You're weak at safety.
Three best corners.
Okay, you're weak at safety though.
You are.
Yeah.
I think Jonathan Owens helps our safety position, but it's not in a significant way unless
I think until it's
Ford. I like Ford.
It's just unproven. We're unproven at that position right now. That's how I'm looking at it.
Unless Savage is going to revitalize his career all of a sudden.
I think he has no choice. If he wants a big payday, if he wants another payday, he's got to
play good this year.
I mean, his rookie year he played awesome.
With the scheme that they're talking about this year, where we're going to go a little more hybrid all of a sudden, and we're going to do a lot more man-to-man, I think that Savage could really, really do it. But we'll see. So
everybody on that defense has got to step it up.
I know you like Ford a lot. I know you like Ford a lot, but there's no denying that he has flaws. Like there are some flaws he has.
He's got some covered flaws. He does.
But
he's also a young player.
He was a rookie last year. Yeah,
but he's got speed. He's got speed, and I just think he's got nose for the ball. You know, that's
he's
all
a ball
I call
hawk.
him. Yeah.
If he's anything, it's a ball hawk, not a tackler. He is a ball hawk.
Yeah.
But that's why we got Jonathan Owens. Jonathan Owens had like 140 tackles or some shit last year, bro. We got a guy that they can hit a motherfucker. So we got some guys.
We got that new rookie too. We just picked up.
He's supposed to be really good.
Oh, I always forget his name, and then I remember it.
Anthony Johnson or something like that.
No, he's actually doing. He's doing really good in OTAs. He looked really good in OTAs. So
he played
we got like
Virginia, didn't he?
What?
Was it Virginia we got him from, or
I think so? But
Iowa State.
Was it
Iowa State is where he came from.
Oh,
they got like 6 or 7 people.
He's a corn-fed boy.
They got like 6 or 7 people fighting for that job, so someone's got to show up.
I'm surprised you guys haven't mentioned Van Ness. My beliefs on him is give him 6 to 8 games, and he could come out and really shine. I just think he needs to learn the.
He's a day one starter, man. Watch, you'll see.
I'm not worried about him whatsoever.
He was from Iowa State. But you know what? I'm gonna counter you real quick. It's Anthony Johnson Jr., so you lose it, Darian.
That's
forgot the
name
junior part.
I said.
Forgot the junior part.
That's what I said, junior.
Never mind.
I heard it. I heard it. I heard it.
I was trying to sneak one in there.
I heard it.
But look, so we're not talking about Van Ness so much, and I think it's the same for all of us, where we're not trying to put
hype ourselves up too much with them.
We're not trying to do that because
overhype the draft class.
Overhype it, right? Because with Rashawn Gary, we had no clue what we had, and I remember Packers fans being like, "Oh, have you seen his tape?" I was like, "Dude, he played like 2 games." Like,
yeah, and they had him as a defensive line anchor. They horribly misused him.
Yeah, but you know what? That's gonna be fucking something. Van Ness, Gary, and Preston, and Clark at the same time.
I think what we're doing,
and don't forget Ignigbari.
Yeah.
We're trying to refrain from completely like overhyping Van Ness right now, because I know what's going to happen. We're going to have to come back on the show again and be like, "Oh God, guys!" Like, you know what I mean?
Hey man, don't listen to week 1. We fully expect like 8 or 10 sacks.
I don't know. I think, and how many forced fumbles? I'm looking at about 2 first fumbles.
I could see that.
I just see Fields running for his life week 1.
I'm really hyped for out of our draft class is Musgrave. The shit I've been hearing about him, he sounds like he is a freak at the tight end position.
Mostly because he's possibly going to get starting reps like immediately, whereas Van Ness, the chances that Van Ness gets like extensive playing time,
it's only if Gary can't make it week 1.
I can't see Van Ness getting an enormous amount of playing time.
Well, what I think they'll do, even Van Ness is actually somewhat. I mean, if Gary's ready to go, I think they'll slowly bring Gary in. So they kind of keep
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, are you guys hyped about Gary being ready week 1? Are you guys want him to come back that early? I mean,
Gary
if Gary thinks he's good, I 100% believe in him. This dude is a freak.
Don't Z Smith it, please. Do not Z Smith it, okay? But you guys are forgetting
I don't think he's going to put himself in that position. He just doesn't seem like that type of guy.
We got Kraft also behind Musgrave, okay?
All right.
So real quick.
Hey, Bill, what's up?
Now, fellas, better late than never.
That's right. Hey.
I promised Darian some time real quick, and then we're going to go to Bill with everything, man. Darian. Bill,
my favorite.
Man. What's up? Darian.
Bill, my favorite Packer fan, man.
What's
Good
up,
to
man?
see
How
you
you
finally.
Oh, thanks, Chad.
You'll never be invited back, Chad.
Darian, what do you think realistically? Like, let's put it into perspective for the whole season. What do you think is realistic for Van Ness for his stats?
I see him more than likely. He'll just be warming up to the team. He'll get a multitude. He'll have the same kind of progressional road like Rashawn Gary had. Like, he'll be the kind of guy who will get pressure in the backfield, but not many sacks. Like, I could only see him getting about up to 5. That would be the maximum for his rookie year.
But if you remember, Rashawn Gary's rookie year had everything to do with QB pressures, right? So if Van Ness can get the QB pressures early, that's what I want to look for.
I'm more impressed with QB pressures, because that makes the quarterback scramble.
Yeah, but I don't think Luke Van Ness is going to start out as slow as Rashawn Gary did.
I don't think he's going to be more like Clay.
He's got a name to live up. Hercules is the name to live up to, man.
And supposedly he's been living up to it in OTAs.
One thing nice about him, he's reversible. You can use him anywhere in the line. You can use him anywhere.
Well, guys,
go ahead and finish it,
the reason why I say it could be a slow start for him is only a matter of him needing to know more than one move outside of that bull rush. Like, that's his biggest strength.
Damn right, Isaac.
If he doesn't have any other skill set outside of that bull rush alone, that's going to be an issue for him. Like, that's just where I think he's going to have to develop and learn some other moves when it comes to breaking off of blocks and creating pressure and getting to the QBs. Like, don't be
I will say
dependent on that bull rush.
But at Iowa, they use him inside at like many times. So I mean, if anything, look, if Devontae Wyatt is not panning out, and we got Slayton in there on the inside, you may see opportunities for Van Ness to move a little bit inside next to our good pass rushers. See what he can do if he can get through the line. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I can say I have seen some tape of his hand fighting technique, and I've seen him get stonewall with the bull rush sometimes, but he does have a good repertoire for a college player of smacking the guy's hands right the hell out of the way. Like, he's had to have taken some type of boxing, mixed martial arts.
It's from hockey. He's a big hockey player.
Okay. Yeah, he knows what the hell he's doing with his hands.
His best attribute is he's got a very powerful first step. Once the ball's high, his first step forward, it's extremely powerful, and that's what pushes guys back. Bill, before we get into the Van Ness stuff, I want you to talk on our first subject.
I wasn't watching, so you got
the Lions brought out this amazing logo just recently from 1946 to 1969. What did you think about it?
I haven't seen it, but I heard about it, and I don't know what the big.
How have you not seen it, Bill?
I haven't really been on Facebook too much at all in the last few.
Bill, it looks like an anorexic lion with a tail.
Oh wait,
I was saying literally.
Wait, so you're telling me they took Darcy's face and put it on a logo? Yeah, I mean, that's crazy, dude. And they're actually making money off this? Oh, hey, pull it up, Nick. Pull it up and share your.
That's what I'm doing right now, buddy.
I got to see this shit, man. I didn't know they came out. They're going with a brand new logo.
I thought it's just their throwback. It's just a throwback for 2 games.
Logo.
Yeah. It looks terrible, man. I really thought it was a joke. I thought it was somebody was playing a joke and like put this out there.
Something completely off topic. I was just driving home just a little bit ago, and I was listening to ESPN Milwaukee, and they said that there's going to be a pay-per-view fight with Mike Zuckerberg and Elon Musk. Did you guys hear about that?
It's not a 100% definite, but it's really trending that way.
Really? Man, I thought that was bullshit too.
No, Musk is 100% about it. He wants to do it, and Zuckerberg actually does study jujitsu. Yep. So this is a possibility.
So look, this is the uniform. This is with the jersey and the helmet. Now what we're gonna do?
Show the logo.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Is now I'm going to show the actual logo itself.
Yeah, because the colors I don't think are too bad, honestly. But
Close
the
your
logo.
eyes, Bill.
Although, hey man, it was pretty clever. The post Adam used with the helmet. He put 6/11. 6.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
Can't find a good one. Here we go. All right, here we go, Bill.
Close your eyes, Bill.
All right, let me blow this up real quick for you. There you go.
Wow. Yeah, that looks pretty weird. It doesn't look normal to me.
It's not a real lion, I don't think.
I don't know, man.
That tail looks pretty fucking weird.
But what do you think about the new metallic blue, though? I kind of like the blue.
The color is cool.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, I like the color.
You're the Lion fan. What's your thought?
Your blue color.
Think
that blue color.
Main event Mike hates it.
Really?
I don't like
he can't stand it.
I'll tell you guys like this: if they hate it, I fucking love it. You know what I mean?
I love it.
Well, about 50% of Detroit fans hate it. I mean, I'm hearing.
Yeah, they're split. They're completely split.
So what are you guys thinking about week 1, man? I keep seeing in the group these Bear fans. They really think they got week 1 in the bag, dude.
Bro, it's not happening.
No, I think our defense is going to be flying all over that field week 1.
Play Jordan Love. He plays our defense, and he ain't done shit against our defense in 3 seasons.
You mean Justin Fields? He has some of the worst stats I've ever seen of as a passer against our defense, especially. It's bad.
Well, I mean, I mean, what was he, 34th? He was ranked 34th.
And you know what? If it breaks down this year, he's going to get crushed running on us. I'm going to tell you that. We're going to kill him.
Even with Quay Walker having a good rookie season, I really think that. Yeah, I really think. Oh, yeah, go. Yeah, go.
Yeah, I'm saying I've already said before, Justin Fields, he's already on the trend to where he could almost remind me of a modern day Jay Cutler because he's turned the ball over in every game he's played against us. And I ain't seen nothing that says this year will be any different.
Jay Cutler could at least hit the broadside of a barn throwing the ball.
Yeah.
Now, because we got Chad here, who's a Lions fan, you've seen Justin Fields throw the ball, even with nobody on the defense rushing him.
Yeah, that Detroit Lions game.
He threw an interception.
I only get scared of Justin when he takes off and starts running. When Justin's running, that's where I get scared. But we're going to learn a lot about Justin this year. He's got a top 15 receiver. I don't care what anybody says. DJ Moore is a top 15 number one receiver. Oh, yes, he is. Don't shake your head.
I don't know about 15.
He's like 25.
Yeah, I'd say somewhere between 20 and
maybe
25.
top 25, but not 15.
25.
He's actually ranked DJ Moore on PFF because now I subscribe to
No, but look at who threw to him.
He's ranked.
Yeah, but look who's throwing to him now.
He's ranked 32 out of 113.
Yeah.
And I can share my screen and show you guys.
That's what he's ranked right now, 32 out of wow.
Yeah,
DJ Moore wouldn't be
what did he
a
have
number
last
one
year?
receiver on Green Bay. DJ Moore would not be the number one receiver on Green Bay.
See?
I'm not saying he wouldn't, but
what I'm wondering is, what I'm skeptical is, how many yards did he have last year? Wasn't even 1,000, right?
Yeah, it's
I
ridiculous.
think it was like 700-800.
He's got like 2,200 for 20 games. I mean,
800 plus.
And this is what the Bear fans are hoping and praying on. Like, get real, bud. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Alexander's going to shut his ass down anyways.
Oh, exactly.
He'll be non-existent. Now that they see how Alexander plays, playing man, they're going to be putting him on.
Yeah, it's going to be a different defensive scheme from Green Bay this year. They're definitely playing man. They could easily take DJ Moore out of the situation.
Oh, Nick, did you play our sponsored video?
I actually know DJ Moore's stats like by heart because I shit on Bears fans so often with it. He had 888 yards and 7 touchdowns.
Last year, that's what he had?
Yeah, and they always get mad because they say, "Oh, yeah, you guys picked up a guy that was mediocre." That's cool.
Did the Bears have Cole Kmet? What did he have? Probably that many, 800 yards.
I've been hearing about Cole Kmet for the last 2-3 years. I still ain't seen nothing, dude.
I won't disagree with Chad that DJ Moore is obviously talented. He can be.
I'm not saying that, but
I totally get that.
Robert's
look, yes, if he was on Green Bay, yes, he'd be our number one receiver. But I don't think that Green Bay would even venture the idea because we're planning on Christian Watson to be our guy.
I don't know if he would be automatic number one. I don't know.
I think Dobbs might steal the number one slot. I mean,
I don't know. Reed's looking pretty.
I don't know about that.
No,
I can't.
I think Dobbs is going to be a very reliable.
And don't forget Wicks.
Okay, Bill Packer fan. When you see Jordan Love throw a 60-yard bomb to Christian Watson, you're not going to be talking about Dobbs and Reed and all these guys.
There you go.
No. We'll be talking about Watson, buddy.
We're going to have to change your opening to the show, bro. Where you're like, I'll tell you what, Romeo
Dobbs.
I thought we already got a new intro. I thought that was off already.
That's
true.
No,
that's the old intro, but he said you had to bring it back.
I had to go retro like the Lions.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't DJ Moore an X receiver and not a slot? Not that he doesn't line up.
Hey, Trey, are you a Colts fan or a Packers fan? What are you?
Not a Y. Yeah. You're a Colts fan and a Packers fan? Wait a minute. Whoa.
That's what I'm trying to verify.
Hey.
Man. What's up, man?
Yeah, I'm a Colts fan, not a Packers fan. You know the story. Listen. Half my family's a Colts fan. Half my family's a Packers fan. So I have to choose both sides.
No, you don't, man. Deep down,
Hey,
Yeah,
say,
I have
he
to.
wants to eat Thanksgiving dinner, bro. Come on,
bro.
Yeah, I have to eat Thanksgiving,
I had the
bro.
same issue, but I remain loyal to Green Bay.
Half my money goes into our bank account, half my
I got
wife's
family
money
members
goes into
First of
the
all-
but that's all my money. So
My wife and her whole family are Michigan fans.
First of
I'm a
all-
Michigan State fan. I don't root for Michigan for nothing.
all my family is Raiders fans. Fuck the Raiders. Wow.
Oh no,
My
that's
Wisconsin
I feel bad for you.
yeah. When you're looking at the Bears receiving core, it's actually pretty sad and pretty pathetic.
Without their old line, it's even worse.
Like,
So
all right,
here's a logic that I don't
First
get.
of all, let's talk
Last
about
year,
that trash
we have
logo
the
of the
worst
Lions.
receivers in the whole league. This year, it's like, oh, we got Mooney, we got fucking dude. You're naming off guys that last year said suck. So which one is it? Do they
And
suck?
then Claypool. They were so hype on Claypool. Oh, man. It was a waste of
Claypool's
second round
not
pick.
gonna- Bro, they're
Claypool
already
is actually
looking to
ranked
get rid of
88.
Claypool.
He's ranked 88 out of 113.
well, yeah, but since the Bears come out about Claypool being a problem, man, I ain't heard nothing. It's crickets.
Claypool
Crickets.
is ranked behind Ekman St. Brown, bro. Like
Wow.
he's better, and that dude is a straight up fucking bum, bro. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
No, he's not. He's one of the best blocking receivers. He's not a real receiver. He's better.
Let me ask you a
He runs
question,
routes and blocks.
Other than the gimmick play touchdowns he had his rookie year, what has he actually ever done? If the talent was actually there,
Okay,
would
his
the
pass
Steelers
blocking is at 80.5. Okay.
Yeah, Rodgers would have forced him
really
into
have
number
gotten rid
one.
of him the way that they did for basically nothing if he was that damn talented? The Steelers, who need receivers, no, they wouldn't have, would they? I'm just saying.
Bad.
Now, what I'm going to say is that Claypool is about as bad as being a fan of two teams. That's like,
Bro, Pittsburgh got rid of him for a reason, bro. And no one else wanted him.
The Bears
And the Bears did nothing with them.
But yet the Bears gave Claypool the. Well, here's the thing: the Bears gave him the excuse that he didn't know the playbook, and he's supposed to learn it all this year.
And that was like a fucking top fucking second pick, like the first pick in the second round.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. The GM polls tanking their season last year is the cause of all of that.
I don't think they're tanking. I think it just fucking field just sucks that bad.
Claypool just didn't know the playbook last year. Wait a minute.
Damn.
Devontae Adams didn't know the Raiders playbook, and he had a better season than any Packers season last year. How does that work?
Yeah, did you know Christian Watson is 24th out of 113? He's better than
Answer that question. How's that work?
on the Bears team.
Aaron Rodgers was throwing to him. That's how that works.
Okay, so what's to say that it ain't going to keep going, man? I mean, you're talking about Moore coming in and learning from Fields and saying he's going to be a top. I mean,
yeah, I was
I'm
going
not
to say.
saying this year.
Jordan Love seemed to have a hell of a connection with him.
it's just going to, you know what? It's going to wait till after we got to see the season
I
kicked
want
off,
DeAndre
man.
Moore to come on the show. He said he would a million times, and he fucking chickens out every time. Come on the show, DeAndre Moore. I swear I'll be docile. I put the link out. Now, the better question is to Chad. That was the worst year Aaron Rodgers ever had. Okay, ever had, and Watson performed like that. So, if Jordan Love is just good, not great, but good, what's to say that Watson isn't a great player?
Did you watch the Eagles game? I mean, fucking
that's
love the
what I
fucking
was
Watson.
saying.
That was like bam, bam, bam. You know, it's like Jesus.
Oh yeah, Watson and Love have one hell of a connection already.
Yeah, they got a good connection going on.
No one's going to believe anything till they see it for real.
Well, I was asked a question. I'd like to answer it.
Go ahead, man.
Okay, Aaron Rodgers' rookie season, what did he win? 3 or 4 games?
6.
Okay.
Six.
I have 6. Okay. I have higher expectations for Jordan Love than that.
Yeah,
I really do.
Me too.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, I think this is a slightly better team than that one was.
I think 8 to 10 wins is better to go for.
That's what we were talking about, yeah. And one thing I can't give Aaron Rodgers as much as I would love to, because, but Aaron Rodgers didn't have like a void of talent team. He had an NFC Championship team on his roster when he was a rookie, or he wasn't a rookie, his first time starting. So I can't give him that pass.
Didn't they dump salary that year?
No.
They didn't do that. What they did was they tried to
They just got rid of Favre, really.
They really didn't get rid of much, if I'm being honest. Like, they did get rid of some of the older guys, but they kept Jennings. They had a great receiver core.
Rodgers had a made team.
The defense was still pretty good.
Yeah, he had a made team.
So I can't give Rodgers that pass that.
Was
he only
Bubba
won
Franks
6
your tight
games.
end?
Huh?
Was Bubba Frank's a tight end too?
Jermichael Finley was our tight end. When
it was Finley.
Not when Rodgers first started.
Yeah, his first year, Jermichael Finley was his tight end.
I thought that was his second year.
No.
Okay.
Then Bubba Franks was his tight end, and that was his main staple. Man, he fed off Bubba Franks. Bubba Franks killed the Lions, the Vikings, and the Bears.
Damn.
It's just we used the tight end position a lot. We had a lot of good pass catching tight ends in there.
Finley's rookie year was 2008. That's when we lost the NFC Championship game to the Giants.
Yeah. No. 2007 is when we lost to the Giants.
Yeah,
so it was Rodgers' first year. Yep.
So he was.
Don't you guys agree that Love should probably have more wins in his first season than Rodgers did?
I would assume so.
I'm thinking
10 wins, Bill. I'm counting on it.
I'm saying 8 to 10, man. So I'm with you on that.
Yeah,
10 is my window.
You got 4 wins in the division.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna split. I think we're gonna split. We're gonna split with the Lions. I think we're splitting with you guys.
I think maybe in Detroit, math ain't the strong suit because we got 6 wins coming in.
I think we're sweeping the division.
Love's gonna sweep this shit.
So we did. Okay,
it would be nice, Bill. I would totally be about it.
Oh, dude, I'd be talking shit about that the whole season.
Our starting receiver, even though Jermichael Finley did get a start that year, when Aaron Rodgers, that was his first year, that was his rookie year. Bubba Franks was not our starting tight end that year. You guys are gonna fucking kick yourselves for not knowing this. It was Donald Lee.
Yeah.
What was his first year?
Yeah, because he was in between Favre and Rodgers. Yeah, I forget about him a lot.
Donald Lee, holy shit!
Very short-lived guy for us.
Holy shit!
Michael Finley didn't do much that year. He had 6 receptions for 74 yards and a touchdown that mainly came from his one start that he had the whole year. Donald Lee really didn't do much either. That's probably why he was gone after that year.
Well, thank God we got Musgrave and fucking
Kraft.
We're stacked. And still got DeGura too. I mean,
DeGura, I think is going to be our H-back.
You guys literally.
So why don't you come on, DeAndre?
The second or third best tight end in the whole draft.
This motherfucker pretends like he's gonna actually like try to talk football for once in his life.
Yeah, well, you got to know football to talk football.
Most of us have been fans since Brett Favre. So
come on the show, motherfucker. Come on.
Yeah, the invite is open. Come on,
wait a minute, man. Come on.
Come rep your shitty ass Bears. Let's check this out, man. We got Lion fans on here and Packer fans. So
come on, DeAndre, get on.
Hey man, where's the Bear Mafia guys?
The guys,
those guys are clowns.
This is just another keyboard warrior for you.
Yeah, the thing with Bears Mafia is as soon as the Bears start looking like complete dog shit, they tie up their fucking shoes and lace it up and head for the hills. I actually heard they went fishing last year.
Bears quit.
But hey,
last year.
Even those guys noticed there's a whole lot of Lion fans in the group.
They pulled a John Dorn. They went hunting for the season.
I got a good but easy trivia question for you guys. The first year that Aaron Rodgers was a starter and Favre was gone, who was our running back? It's easy, but it's also like
Ryan Grant.
Yeah.
Good.
Ryan
Grant. Bullet.
I used to have his jersey.
Oh, and by the way,
number 25.
And by the way, guys. And by the way, guys, there's another tight end that was on the team that played for us that I'm sure most people don't remember. His name was Troy Humphrey.
Oh,
I don't remember him.
I vaguely remember the name Humphrey, yes.
He was a white guy who didn't pan out.
Who?
I remember him.
Troy Humphrey was his name.
We we had and have still a lot of tight ends that didn't pan out. Robert
Yeah.
Tonyan, this whole Bears thing, where like Robert Tonyan, bro, you guys have been talking shit on him for years, dude.
Yeah, he had one good season, and that was about all.
Well, I'm saying he ain't been the same guy since that ACL injury.
Let's not discuss the failure that was Martellus Bennett.
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit, that guy was a bum, man.
Yeah, but
Richard Rodgers, who the only notable thing he did was break the Lions' heart.
yeah,
Jimmy
but what
Graham.
about Julius Peppers, man? That was a good signing.
Oh, I love
I
Julius.
like Peppers, man. I actually got his jersey.
I like Peppers. I
The
did.
problem was he was 140 by the time we got him.
Yeah, but see,
At 140,
He had one good
still
year in
kicking
him, though, man. He
everybody's
did have
ass.
one good year in him.
No, it wasn't.
He already had a Hall of Fame career before we touched
Oh,
him.
yeah.
So that's
Right.
just-
Yeah,
Came
how
from
about
Minnesota, right?
How about Zatanna Dotson with Gilbert Brown and
Yeah.
Reggie White,
Sean Jones.
John Jones?
Yeah.
What's that good old defense there?
Aaron Kaepernick.
Yeah, I love Aaron Campman.
Oh yeah,
it's crazy, man. That is crazy, man.
Dude was one hell of a pass rusher.
Another
Couldn't
crazy
defend
name
the run
right
for
there.
shit, but was one hell of a
we
pass
actually
rusher.
talked about this on the last show where we felt that
Or what about
Aaron Campman
what
right now,
about Baja
anyways.
Miller?
God,
KGB is my absolute least favorite pass rusher.
Hang on, Nick's talking. Nick, man, I'm trying to hear what you're saying.
I couldn't hear him either.
Come on, go ahead, repeat it, Nick. You got squashed.
What I was saying was on our last show, we actually started talking about how Aaron Campman we felt was a really good comparison to Van Ness for right now. Like the way that Aaron Campman played, he also had those same tangibles where his first step, he was very powerful. He was good with his hands. He could get around his guy. He wasn't great inside, which is one of those things that Van Ness looks like he struggles with also. They put him inside so he can like clog holes and stuff. But like Ken was alluding to, or actually saying point blank, when he doesn't beat his guy off like the edge, he struggles. He has problems, which could be an issue. But Gajabila Mila, the one that we got, is way better than the one that the Raiders got. His brother was not very good, but
KGB was an animal. He held our sack record until Clay Matthews ended up shattering it. But shit, I got a picture with KGB. That's how much I love the guy.
Clay Matthews. Who the fuck is that?
Clay Matthews was awesome. Safety.
Yeah, until he started getting penalties, fucking.
Good too.
That fucking Vikings game where he got called like
that was
2 or 3.
terrible.
That was the worst call.
Fucking
ever.
worst, bro. Worst.
That's as good
Even Cousins said that was the worst call ever.
If you made a video of perfect tackling, that would be it right there.
Yeah,
bro. Textbook. Textbook.
So, Chad.
Yeah.
Let's get down to the division now. Let's move on to like just the division overall.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think your division record is going to be?
I'm thinking 11, but 10 to 12. But I'm thinking around 11.
Your division record.
Oh, our division record? 5-1. I think we lose one to the
Backs
Pats.
on Andrew Corliss.
You think we split?
Oh,
yeah. I think we lose at Lambeau. Yeah.
What do you think that the Bears division record will be?
2-4.
Ooh, you're giving them 2. Okay, so the Vikings got to be 1-5 then, right?
I don't think the Vikings win any games in the division.
You think they go 0-6?
No, they don't. I honestly do.
So the Bears
they might win one.
The Bears' 2 wins come from the Vikings. So that means
they have to play. They have to play Vegas. They'll beat them.
No. We're talking about division.
Yeah, we're just talking about division wins.
Yeah, well, you said only 2 wins in the division are against the Bears.
No. You said the Bears will be 2-4 and the Vikings will be 0-6, which means the only division wins the Bears get are against the Vikings.
Yes.
So that means that the Lions and the Packers go 5-1.
Yeah.
Or one of us goes 6-0.
Nah, man, we're not gonna let that happen.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say, bro, you're gonna get anybody in this group to admit that's gonna happen.
When it comes to the Bears, your case is both the Lions and the Packers will sweep them.
John Dorn.
Yeah.
What do you think the Lions' division record will be?
There's going to be, I think, it'll be 4-2.
Who are they beating and who are they losing to?
You know it's John.
Well, I think we're going to split one with them, and they'll split one with the Bears.
Ooh, he's got the Bears beating you one time.
Mm-mm.
They almost did last year. They almost did. What were you guys down? What was it, 30 to 20 or something? You guys came back 33.
One by 1 point.
No, I thought it was by a field goal at the end, wasn't it?
We were down. We had turnovers, though.
Yeah.
We had to fight back.
All right. Rob, what do you think?
I think we're going 5-1. I think we're split. The only team we're splitting in the division with is the Lions.
Okay.
We're going 5-1.
So you're agreeing with Chad, basically, with this.
Yeah, no. Well, he thinks they're going to sweep us. That's what he thinks.
He said
that I don't think.
Possibly is 6-0. He said 5-1 for both.
Yeah, I said with the hope of 6-0.
All right. Well, that's how I feel about it. I mean, I think we got. There's no way the Vikings or the Bears are gonna take us. Week 1, man. Remember, I'm telling you this. Week 1, Jordan Love is taking over as owners of the Bears, man.
Our defense is going to be. They're coming after them.
They're going
to be nasty.
What do you think, Darian? What do you think the division records are?
I'd say either 4-2 or 5-1. The reason why I can go, for Green Bay, it could be one of those two. Like the reason why I'm thinking 4-2 is because I still see us having our issues that we could have another year where we could split with the Vikings, no matter how bad they may be. And
it's a division game. I give you that. It's a division game.
So Colts fan, what do you think?
Go ahead, Mike Resig.
Like Resig?
Come on over on the show. Let's talk.
I know, come on, man.
Let's ask the Colts fan. Who's winning?
I think this division is gonna. I think this division. Hello, can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah, we hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, I think this division is probably going to be split like even and even. Like you never know what's going to happen. Like
so
I don't think the Vikings will probably not be. Yeah, like 3-3, and it's up for grabs because you don't know who's going to win this year because it's up for grabs for anybody. But I'm going with the Green Bay to win the division, though.
I don't think it's up for grabs for anybody. I think the Vikings and the Bears have the least amount of chance at this point.
Yeah, as long as you got Fields, Bears don't got a chance.
Pretty much.
But up for grabs, meaning it's going to be a new king of the North this year for sure.
But I'll tell you this, Fields will be the best running back in the North again this year.
I might agree with that.
It's going to be Jordan Love. It's going to be.
Well, if he makes it through the season, maybe, yeah.
You can say like if the Bears got better, sure, but there's nowhere to go from the bottom other than up, right? You could say that the Packers got worse, sure, we probably did, but we got some stuff to figure out. Maybe we're still pretty good. The Lions, you could say got better because I agree. I totally understand people saying that the Lions got better. The Vikings, it is clear as day that I could be blind as shit, and I could see that the Vikings got worse.
Not worse.
A lot worse, okay? Like,
Bro, they've disappeared out of the huddle.
That's what happens when you go.
There's no Viking fans anywhere, bro.
No, if they were smart, they would trade Hunter and trade fucking Justin Jefferson, and they can get like 3 number 1s for him, and plus whatever for Hunter. I mean, they can really rebuild this team. You got Addison.
Well, why not just build around those guys?
Because who you gonna pay a $30,000 for a receiver? Fuck that.
30,000? You mean 30 million?
30 million. 30 million. 30 million a year. I mean, come on. I mean, for a fucking wide receiver, you got Addison. You got Addison. You just drafted him. Build off him. You know what I mean?
Mike Mezek, are you coming on or what? Jump on.
But who would pick up the contract that Jefferson would demand? I mean,
there'll be a team that's almost ready for a Super Bowl, you know.
It would be a team like, okay, look. It would have to be a team like the Texans, or there's not many teams that have the
Carolina, maybe.
I don't even know if Carolina has a salary cap anymore for that. They
Well,
So
next year they
basically, the
will.
Bears and the Lions have a
Jets,
salary
maybe?
cap. We're not
The
taking
Jets.
them. Jets, possibly, yeah.
The Jets don't have
Maybe.
salary cap anymore because Rodgers took a shitload of it up.
Yeah, but they didn't redo
Oh,
his
yeah.
contract yet.
And
He
The
didn't,
Giants.
He didn't do his contract yet.
think about this: the Jets' receiving room is that much crowded over there.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah, but
with Rodgers.
Jefferson
I'm going to be pissed.
Jefferson would kick one of them out, and they could trade that person and get assets, draft assets.
Well, I don't know. Now Diggs crying. He wants out of Buffalo now.
Hey, man, I think the Vikings are in the same boat we were. If everybody's convinced that Rodgers was tanking because what is Kirk Cousins thinking? They got rid of everything.
And think about Kirk Cousins.
He wishes he could be traded.
I'm sure he does. I guarantee you he does. Is he going to be playing the hard?
Hey, one good thing after this year, you might not see him in Minnesota anymore.
You won't. He's on the
No.
last year of his contract. They're not
They're not going to give him an extension.
Fuck no.
I mean,
Luck got lucky. He got the extra year extension for less than what he's making this year.
yeah, Zach.
Yeah, that being said, I guess one thing you could be sure about, maybe the Vikings will go after another quarterback with the next draft coming up.
So
you're saying they're tanking?
Sounds like it.
I'm sorry, but
like you
Taking,
could say part of this season.
I think they're checking.
How many starters did they get rid of? 8 or 7?
This is so improbable to me. Burrow's not taking no pay cut, and we all know it. Burrow is brand new, young. He's killing it in the league.
Why would he? Why would he, man?
One of the
There's
best
no-
quarterbacks in the league, bro. The Bengals are going to throw the farm at him. He's not taking no pay cut. Come on,
He's a favorite to rival Mahomes this year, man. I mean, I don't.
It's him, Josh Allen, and Mahomes. Like it's those
Who?
three right now. Those are the big wigs, you know. Go ahead,
I
guys.
can see
Well, I saw
Burrow
for Lamar
restructuring.
Jackson.
I can see him doing something friendly and moving.
But restructuring doesn't mean taking a pay cut.
No, but it gives you cap space for that season.
Yep.
Right.
And you start kicking the can down the road.
Yeah.
Lions did that a lot this year.
Do you think that Goff is getting a payday pretty soon?
I think they're going to wait till after the season. And if he gets in the playoffs and wins a game, yeah, I think they will.
He's on the man. I would hate to be in his position.
Let me
Just
ask you.
got Hooker looking in the back, man. Hooker's waiting.
Yeah, he's right there, standing right there, bro.
Does
Goff fucks up once. They pull that trigger.
Does that fear you though? Does that fear you though to give him a big contract? Now look, I get what you're saying. Look, he goes to the playoffs, he wins a playoff game. Does that fear you a little bit to like fall into the Kirk Cousins category of that?
No, not really, because he's not healthy his whole career. He's under one of the best O-lines he plays behind in the whole league, not even just the North.
Yeah.
No, but I do believe there's a reason why we drafted Hooker as a safety valve in case he gets injured or in case he demands too much. And we stole Hooker in the 3rd round.
A lot of people think that Hendon Hooker is a big steal. A lot of people believe that.
Yeah.
So
okay, I got a question.
Go ahead.
I want to say, who has the best backup quarterback in the division? I'm just saying.
Well, Hooker might be the best backup quarterback in the
I would
division.
say Hooker probably played the Lions, yeah.
Yeah, it might be.
Then Green Bay with an unexperienced, but he's got all
Unproven. We have a lot of unproven guys, man.
The talent that Hendon Hooker has exceeds anybody that I've seen that's a backup in this division.
Yeah.
Darian, I want you to answer that question because I know that you have a little more insight, I'm sure.
Oh, what? Can y'all repeat the question? I didn't hear.
Who is the best backup quarterback in the NFC North?
Who's the Bears backup?
I don't even fucking know.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't even know.
That's the question. We don't even know. We don't even know.
David Blau, when he was released last year, they picked him up.
Really?
I'm gonna be honest. It's hard for me. It's going to be very hard for me to
He's not
say
even like the sixth best guy in the division.
Go ahead,
the
Darren.
backup. I'm just going to be honest. It's hard for me to say who the best backup is right now because the backup we got now is unproven.
Sean Clifford?
It could be. Yeah, like Clifford's a rookie. Like he remains unproven. We don't know.
He looks
what we have
good
in
from
him.
what they're saying, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then Hendon Hooker is unproven too, but he's good.
The talent is there for Hendon Hooker. Everybody sees it.
Look, man, the Lions are going to get rid of him just like they did. They're going to get rid of Goff as soon as they get the chance and move on to Hooker. You watch, man. That's their plan.
No, they'll reward Goff. They'll reward Goff. If Goff takes us, if we go to the NFC Championship game, they're going to reward Goff.
How can they not reward Goff now? He's already got you guys believing you guys are the best in the. I mean, look at how he's got the fan base thinking.
Guys, I want to say that Justin Fields is the best backup in the NFC.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah, okay.
I'm starting to think
and the best running back. So he's like Oshoni Hotani.
He's the best running back.
Not only does he hit, he pitches.
He's best at fucking being a gadget player.
I think Hendon Hooker might be better than Justin Fields. Like, really, dude. Have you seen his highlight tape? It's actually pretty impressive.
Yeah.
He's pretty good, man. I'm not joking. The only reason why he was drafted later on is because there were so many first-round draft picks for quarterbacks immediately, and so everyone knew that they could let people like that drop. It's kind of like watching like Aaron Rodgers drop, right? It's like it was either Aaron Rodgers or Alex Smith. Now that Alex Smith got drafted, you know that you could let Aaron Rodgers drop because no one else is going to need that same quarterback, right?
Right.
With Hendon Hooker, first of all, Anthony Richardson was the worst draft pick in the first round by a lot. I don't know who on the Colts management thought that was just like, hey, that's a first round talent. Who in their right mind? His completion percentage is garbage.
Bro, you can't come out here being a Colts fan.
His production is garbage. He fucking did
I hate it.
nothing.
I thought it was going to get CJ Stroud.
Bro,
the Lions got Go ahead.
I would rather have Hendon Hooker than Anthony Richardson any day of the fucking week. Any day.
As long as you already had a starting quarterback for this year. Exactly.
Yeah, totally, man.
Yeah.
So,
and he's ahead of pace. They're saying he's going to be ready.
The Colts had the worst draft out of anybody.
Training camp.
Didn't the Colts trade up to get him? They traded up.
Yeah, they had the worst. They had the worst draft out of everybody. Hands down.
I thought that the Lions reached on Jahmyr Gibbs. And I know Lions fans feel different about that, but I thought that was a reach.
At least we're going to tank for Archie Manning. At least we're going to draft Peyton Manning's brother. What's his name?
Gibbs is going to be a receiver out of the backfield more than a running back.
I thought Jahmyr Gibbs was a reach. He's clearly not Bijan Robinson, right? I thought it was a reach the way that
he's faster than Bijan by a lot.
He's never going to be as good as Bijan. Let's be honest. Like, there's
what about if you use that out of the backfield as a receiver?
Bro, you're talking about Adrian Peterson versus
It's the same thing. He's unproven, man. In my eyes, he's unproven. I got to see it. I know that everybody talks it up, but I got to see it.
There's a lot of players that come out, they're fast, and they don't come up and be nothing.
The only point I was making here, this is not to smear Jahmyr Gibbs because he might be good. Who knows?
He might,
My point was I thought that was a reach because Jahmyr Gibbs, once Bijan got drafted, everyone knew he'd probably go to the second round. Now, Anthony Richardson, you traded up, I believe it was number 4, to draft a guy that was garbage in college. I'm sorry, he was fucking garbage.
I wouldn't go that far. He was mediocre.
I mean,
mediocre.
Was he playing in the Big Ten? Was he playing in the Big Ten or the MAC?
No, he plays in the SEC for Florida. Let's call it mediocre then. Fine, we'll call it mediocre.
He's not garbage.
That's the SEC. Come on, that's the Power 5.
He's a little above garbage, Nick.
Well,
Okay, fine.
here's the thing.
Hendon Hooker was not garbage in college. Do you know that? Hendon Hooker actually wasn't garbage in college.
If he wasn't hurt, he'd have probably been the #1 pick.
So that's what I'm trying to explain. That Hendon Hooker drops to the 3rd round, and he probably shouldn't have, because guys like that are getting drafted early, and now nobody needs a quarterback anymore. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, hey,
It's basically winning. It's basically winning QB. Basically,
second, and he should have been a 1st-round pickup.
Who should have made them?
Will Levis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one thing about the Lions, they like drafting those people with ACL fucking tears and all that shit for some reason.
We have good doctors, dude. We have good doctors.
Yeah, but your doctors don't tell your players to stop
how's
gambling.
that tough?
No, drop balls.
And I'll even tell you this. Anthony Richardson's performance in the combine was the reason he got drafted so high.
It was his athleticism. Richardson was the most athletic, and that's why.
I'm one of those people that doesn't give a shit about the combine, because Al Davis took the combine to heart and ruined the Raiders because of it. Ever heard of James
I know
Jett or
our
Darius
offense is gonna be
Day
trash.
or Fabian Washington? Like all these guys were the most amazing combine players ever, and he wanted speed, he wanted athleticism, and he ruined the whole franchise because of it.
I know
Hey,
what
how
my
about a
coach
fun
is going to
topic?
do.
What?
What?
A fun topic. I mean, just. I mean,
go ahead. Refresh us.
Okay. So, cage match. Which head coach wins in the whole league in a cage one-on-one fight?
You're talking about like the Facebook creator versus Elon Musk, Zuckerberg
Kind of,
versus
yes.
Elon Musk.
But which head coach, if they get into that,
Probably McVay. I would put my money on Sean McVay.
You don't think Dan
Big
Campbell?
Belichick.
No,
Dan Campbell has the advantage in that. I do agree with that.
Sean
That dude's
McVay
a
has
big
arms twice
motherfucker.
as big as Campbell's. He's a big motherfucker, man.
Although Andy Reid's
Andy Reid's too slow with the cheese.
It don't matter, man. Give that man a big old axe.
Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin.
Oh, Mike Tomlin.
Bro, I can
Mike
see
Tomlin. There you go.
You know how those arcade dudes have the quarters? He's got ones with cheese on it, and he throws it at him on cheese, and he eats the shit.
You know what
out
I
of it.
want to see? What's that Miami's coach? What's his name? Miami's coach, that skinny fucking dude.
Tiny little
I don't
dude
know.
With the glasses.
Yeah, I want to see him against Campbell.
Oh God, that'd be like watching an ant versus a black widow. You know what I mean? Like Jesus Christ. I'll tell you what, LaFleur's not winning many fights. I know that.
Actually, that fucker's in pretty good shape, tell you the truth, man.
He is.
But he'll smile. Hey, man, he's got the best smile through all the coaches.
Yeah.
But look at how big Dan Campbell is, and he's a major 10-year pro
He's
in
an
the
NFL
NFL.
professional player. Yeah.
And he still works out. None of the players, I mean, I watched interviews with players. This guy's got to be working out. He comes out ripped and swollen, but we never see him work out. So he goes and works out in secret.
I find it.
Man, heck, he should play for you.
I'm gonna give it to you, but I don't. I'm not sure I want to watch my NFL team's coach work out. Go ahead, you guys.
Why not?
So did we talk about Justin Fields being a bust?
Busted Fields.
Real quick,
Hey,
I would like to
hold
see
on a ball
LaFleur
too
fight.
long.
I would love to watch LaFleur fight Kyle Shanahan. I think that would be the most entertaining fight of them all. So yes, I think that would be wonderful to watch. Justin Fields, yeah, let's go ahead and talk about it. We got a Colts fan here. What do you think about Justin Fields?
I think he's just overrated in my opinion. Like, I know like he can run, but the Bills has not been doing nothing since like how many years? Since
3. No, 3. Yeah, 3.
Since,
This is his third year.
3 years.
Yeah,
He's not been doing anything. He's not been doing anything but just running around the field because his offensive line is just terrible in my opinion. Like me for my coach, like
Actually, their offensive line ain't bad at all. To tell you the truth, that I don't know where they're getting that
They've
from.
already debunked this, where not only were they top 10, like overall, they had the second highest pass block win rate. Now, remember on your post, John, I had to explain to people what that meant because they didn't understand what that meant. They're like, well, when Justin Fields is like juking people and avoiding pressure, that has nothing to do with it. What that means is their offensive line had the second highest percentage of offensive linemen that held their block for 2.5 seconds or more, regardless of what happened behind them, in front of them. They beat their man head-to-head for 2.5 seconds or more. They had the second highest percentage of win rate in that. So that all of a sudden, because John was the one that posted that got me going where I was like, so how is it he's the most sacked? He's running for his life all the time. You start watching film. You start watching these people that break down film for you. You start realizing that Justin Fields, all by himself, decides to take off when there actually is no danger.
Exactly.
Really bad complex about him where if he sees any sort of breakdown anywhere, he just
panics. He panics.
He's scared to throw the ball.
Yeah. What happens when he goes on the ball too long, and another thing too, when he's waiting for his first read to get open. He shouldn't be waiting for the first read to be open. He should be glancing the other one. It ain't open, start going to the other one. He doesn't do that.
Do you know what he's doing? He's doing exactly what Colin Kaepernick used to do. Now, Colin Kaepernick used to have success also.
In RG3.
The difference is, well, RG3 did it by himself. He didn't. That's a little different. RG3
is more
like by himself as a brilliant mastermind. Okay, now here's what I'm explaining to you is the Niners, when Kaepernick did it, had an amazing football team. They didn't even need Kaepernick to win games. You know what I mean? Kind of like right now. The Bears, their offensive line is way better than they're giving him credit for. Yep. Fields is just ruining every moment that he has for his receiver to get open. Like you're saying, John, he only looks at one guy half the time and a second guy every once in a while. He does not make his reads or his progressions. That's what I love about Jordan Love. Yeah. He sits in the pocket. He doesn't want to leave the pocket. He trusts his linemen, and he makes all of his reads. You can see him go right to left completely. Justin Fields puts his head down.
Ex-Hall of Fame QB.
There are videos about this. He puts his head straight down and starts taking off. He doesn't even look at his reads anymore.
He has no pocket awareness. There's a lot too much wrong with him that's actually to be corrected.
I was going to say,
pretty bad.
I was going to say when you speak.
Yeah, I got a question. Hold on.
Go ahead and ask.
Change the topic. How do you like the new kickoff rule? Like, I kind of hate it as a special team rule. Like, I kind of hate the kickoff return now. What do you think about it?
It's just a safe way to keep guys healthy, so you don't have. I mean, but I still think you should go for it. Fuck it.
Yeah. It ain't gonna matter. Dixon's gonna grab it and fucking run with it anyways.
I mean, if you're playing field position, you got a lead and you're trying to sit on it. Yeah, take the knee and start at the 25 and run the ball.
Just gotta be smarter. Basics gotta be. Returns gotta be smarter.
Now, I think teams and coordinators are going to figure something out to where you're going to see a lot more squib kicks. Keep it on the ground.
Yeah.
Once it hits the ground, they cannot call a fair catch. They can only call a fair catch.
Absolutely. Line drive kicks.
Yep. And it hits the ground, and they cannot call it. And so I think it could be interesting. I'm glad they didn't do it with punting, though, because that would be terrible.
I mean, I understand why they're doing it. I mean, how many unnecessary hits happen during the kickoff, man? Or a punt?
They did it because in the XFL started it.
Oh, that's why.
And what they found is there's 40% less injuries to players on the kickoff with this rule.
I hope it helps Nixon get like 3 or 4 returns this year.
I just want to say I think it's a really stupid rule, but Just like the NBA, just like the MLB when Buster Posey snapped his leg in half. You know what, dude? Whenever players are getting faster and stronger, whenever they're getting more athletic, whenever they're getting better, there's gonna have to be rules to protect people because
that's how the game evolved, man. That's how it evolved. Otherwise, we'd still be in leather helmets.
If we played 1946 football right now with the guys that we have now in the league, there'd be deaths like every fucking game.
Right?
There's no way you could do it. So it kind of sucks. And I don't like the rule, but I understand it. Like you can not like the rule, but you can understand it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But why don't you think it wouldn't bring a different aspect in the game over the next couple years where people are going to learn how to capitalize and utilize this rule to their advantage, like I said, with the squib kick, with other things? What about punting it super high in the air to where the guys can get down there? If they call a fair catch at the 40-yard line, they're back at the 25.
How's that going to work when you're in a dome?
No, that's not what the rule is. The rule is if you fair catch it anywhere from the end zone to the 25, no matter where it is in that little spot, you get it at the 25 no matter what, as long as you fair catch it anywhere in there.
So if you fair catch it at the 40, you're at the 40?
Yep.
That's just so you don't have to have a return, man. It's so they could just – it's so stupid.
What they're doing is they're giving the touchback from the end zone to the 25 is what they're doing.
Yeah, that's a big –
It kind of sucks because, like, that strategically changes the way that, like, you know, in a playoff game when it's like, look, we're up by 3.
Yeah, they can
There's
totally
11 seconds left, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to kick it on the fucking 5-yard line for obvious reasons. I want them to waste the clock running the ball back. Now they can just fair catch it and say, you're like, well, that goes out the window.
Yeah, that's BS right there.
But it works fair. It works the same for every team too.
Yeah.
So
It does. It does. I think the only rule that I've been in favor of that the NFL should adopt, and this wasn't one of them, is why don't we have college football overtime? Like that would be fucking intense in the NFL, would it not?
Yeah.
I mean the playoffs they changed the overtime rules, but I want the overtime rules to apply to the regular season. Like each team gets a possession, this goes on like the NBA does. No more ties. Like
no more ties, exactly.
But if you did college football overtime rules in the NFL, could you imagine that? Where I believe every team gets it from what, the 25-yard line, and you either kick a field goal or score a touchdown, or you don't score at all, and whoever ends up with the most points at the end of it, whoever doesn't end up getting more points, you know what I mean?
No, it should be field goals. It should be field goals, like starting from the 50. Each team gets a 50 field goal and keeps on going until someone misses. That should be a fun NFL overtime. That should be fun.
Man, you would make a market for kickers like you wouldn't believe.
Thank God we don't got Crosby no more then.
if it wasn't for ties, the Lions would have been in the playoffs last year. Okay, and that's the truth.
For ties? Oh yeah, because of the Seahawks.
No, because it wasn't the Rams.
Yeah.
That had the ties?
It just sucks that there's ties now, man. There should not be a tie game. You should not ever have a season where there's a tie.
What I was talking about was the Seahawks.
I said everyone time 18.
The Seahawks
and the Washington too, and the Giants
and the
too.
Lions did not get in because the Seahawks won their game because of what you're talking about. That's
the tie.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
It sucked.
It's stupid.
What I'm saying is, look, in college, it's fun to watch them do their gimmick plays and all this crazy shit in overtime, right? Could you imagine the NFL, how strategic that would get? Each team gets the ball at the 25-yard line until one team can't score anymore. Like, could you imagine how crazy that would be?
Now imagine field goals. Everyone be betting.
Man,
everybody going to be watching the field goal game like a kickoff.
Field goals is boring.
Kickoff.
Yeah.
It's
That's going
boring.
to be our slogan this year as Green Bay Packers fans. That's going to be our slogan. Fuck field goals. Okay?
Fuck field goals, man.
Fuck field goals this year. Fuck field goals.
That's because, like the Lions, the Packers don't have a good kicker.
We don't know if we do.
We don't know that yet. We do not know that. We have another unproven position. That's another unproven
I did
position.
read that he wasn't doing too well. I did read that.
I heard he did really good. To tell you the truth.
Can I put
I
kick?
heard he had a long leg. Was inaccurate.
I read.
Look, man, it don't matter until it counts, and he can kick it through the uprights. That he can either perform or not. We kept Crosby around after he missed freaking 7 kicks. I mean, what the hell?
He missed 5 against the Lions.
That happened to me at Alabama too.
In 2 games, he might.
That happened to me at Alabama too.
We lost to the Lions 1 game because he lost, I believe it was 5.
Yeah, no, he missed 5 in that 1 game. But I'm saying why didn't we fire him?
We almost lost to the Bengals because he lost 4. Remember that?
Yeah.
And then in overtime, he made it. And we're like, oh, my God, he made it.
I mean, tell you the truth, Love would have had that win on the Chiefs if he would have made those field goals.
That's
trade
right.
him to Dallas. They like kickers like that. Yeah, trade him to Dallas. They'll take him.
We're good. We're going to see what we
will.
got.
They
I'm
will.
just waiting for the season to get going, man. We got too many unproven spots. We just need to see boys playing in some position. We need to hear some helmets like laid out. I mean, let's go.
We gotta trust the system. We gotta trust the system.
You know what the NFL should do? They should let the teams pick out the uniforms like a throwback uniform for like every single game, because I just hate seeing the same uniforms. Like it needs to be like 80s, 90s, 2000s, and 2020s at the same time.
So something that I'm gonna say, and it's very unfortunate for us as Packers fans. It actually sucks. It's actually going to be fun this year to watch how this evolves and develops, because for so many years, us as Packers fans, we're just sitting there going like, we're going to win this. Like we expect to win this, right? Like it's been so long since the NFC North has been sitting there being like, I don't know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going to happen at this point.
It's exciting.
I don't believe that this will happen, but what if the Bears win 10 games? I mean, what if? What if the fucking Vikings aren't as bad as we think? What if the Lions aren't as good as we think? And what if the Packers are either just going to fall apart completely, or Jordan Love actually is good? There's so many, nobody knows. There's
time out.
Or what if everybody makes the playoffs?
I agree with them on that
What
one.
if everyone makes the playoffs?
No, that's impossible.
Yeah,
that would be dope. It almost happened to the NFC East. It almost happened to the NFC East, though. If Washington didn't win.
Yeah, I got a question. I got a question for a Colts fan. Hey, okay, if the Colts or the Packers, Colts and the Packers are in the Super Bowl, which team are you going to root for?
Oh, it's a win-win for me.
Who are you going to root for both of them? Oh my God,
that's not the question.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You have to back one out. Which team are you going to?
We need a doorman.
It's going to be Jordan Love versus Anthony Richardson. I'll go with Jordan Love.
Okay.
Because I don't trust Anthony Richardson with the Colts.
No, have you ever been called a bandwagon before? Bandwagon fan?
Fair weather.
And that's not what John said. It doesn't matter what the quarterback is. Which team are you going to root for?
Yeah,
as the chairman and the president and God himself for the Packers fans, you're not allowed to root for Green Bay if that happens.
Yeah, trust me. I'm a Colts fan and a Packers fan. The Colts fans, I've been through dark times.
Anything else after that? You don't have to say anything else after that.
Even though it in Colts first before Packers. Like Packers like the second team.
Did you see how Bruce Almighty himself, I'm going to call him Nick Almighty himself, just did that right there? We got that solved. He's a Colts fan.
He's a Colts fan.
You're not allowed to root for the Packers now. I'm going to completely exonerate you of that.
Doesn't mean you can't come in here and talk. You can't root for the Packers.
Yep. But Chad's going to root for the Packers in the Super Bowl this year. So
yeah.
Wait. If they're playing the Jets, fuck yes, I am.
Can I ask you a question real quick, Chad? Because look, none of us knows how this feels other than John Dorn, who was born in 1920, Rob was born in 1921. I don't think A-Dub's old enough. Maybe he is. I don't know. I was born in 1990, so I didn't see 1985.
Poppy.
What's it like to watch your rival team go to the Super Bowl and play a team and like win it? Like, what does that feel like? Do you watch the game? Do you just turn it off immediately? Like, do you just like fuck these people? Like, what do you do?
I'm a football guy. Oh, I'm here in June. I'm a football guy. Yeah, I watch it. Yeah, it sucks. But I still watch it, and it sucks. That's what it's like.
So, like the Steelers and Packers, were you just sitting there just being like, come on, Big Ben? Like, come on, like, make this happen.
No, because I actually there's been times where I had picked the Packers to win in playoff games because I thought they were the better team. This is for sport pick'ems that I do, so I can find myself rooting for the Packers in a sports pick'em where
I've never heard that before.
Yeah, I'm in a league, and it's not that expensive.
But in 2010, you weren't in a league. Like, that didn't exist in 2010.
Oh, in 2010, I think. In 2010, I was damn near homeless and didn't have cable, so I couldn't watch it.
You didn't watch the Super Bowl that year?
Yes, I watched it.
Okay, but my question is, what did you do the whole game? Were you just like, come on, Steelers, come on, Big Ben, pull it out, man?
I rooted for my numbers, my square numbers. That's what I did.
There was a lot of score change in that game. That was a good game.
Well, let me ask Rob and John Dorn, what would you guys do if, like, for example, what if the Lions were in the Super Bowl this year and you're watching the Super Bowl? What would you do? Would you, like, you're making the snacks, you're making the food for everyone, you're having family over, you're watching the game. Would you not be sitting there like,
I'll be ice fishing. I wouldn't care about the game. I'll be ice fishing.
Hey, I want you guys to know I'm having so much fun with you. I'm totally missing the Lions talk by Smoking Jeremy B. And I don't care because I'm having fun with you guys. And you guys are real
too. Rob, go ahead.
Look, man, I'm old school. My old man, I'm third generation Packer backer, and when the Packers are eliminated, as much as he hated it, you want your division, you want your conference to beat the other conference. I mean, it's just how it is. And if the Lions haven't beat a team representing our conference, I'm going to pull for them. I mean,
wait a minute.
That's just how I am, man. It don't mean if I got money riding that, I'm gonna play the team I think's gonna win. But
yeah. Right,
I can't root for anybody in our division because if they actually win, I'll never hear the fucking end of it, and I'm gonna have a million.
But that's going to happen either way, Nick. I mean, whether you're rooting for them or not, if they win it, the whole offseason we got to listen to it, just like we listening to it now. Listen, the only reason the Viking fans are crickets is because their manager gave away everybody. That's so they won 13 games.
We call them jokers.
Let me give you guys a little bit of insight of what it's like to be like, for example, Bill, the motherfucking Packer fan. Okay, ever since I started doing this and hosting my own show and helping admin these other groups, like, my DMs don't stop. They never stop. I get 50 million tags every single morning. Okay, I get put into 50 million new groups every single morning, okay, in chats and shit like that. John Dorn knows what I'm talking about because he was in the middle of that. If one of our rival teams wins, I'm not gonna be I'm not gonna be left alone. Like, this will be now you guys get to sleep at night being normal and shit, like, oh yeah, you guys won, but like, what? I don't. Okay, I get. It's kind of like that dude that was like, well, how many people actually watch your show? I was like, try thousands. And he's like,
yeah, I remember
no.
that.
And I was like, okay, why don't you go over to our pages and look at our numbers? Thousands. And he stopped responding because I was like, yeah, thousands. Do you know how many people are going to come to me if the Lions win a Super Bowl? Do you know how many? You can't.
Bro, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. I don't think it's going to happen. They have to show me they can do it.
I'm thinking about the repercussions of if it does happen. I'm going to have to get shit on 24/7 for the next.
You can't go around thinking like that, Nick. That's thinking negatively.
No, I don't want any team in NFC North fucking win or nothing. I want to keep them down a notch underneath us.
It doesn't matter.
Draft pick.
We have this should be their first Super Bowl to even play in if they make it. They don't guarantee they're going to win
They
it.
can do it after I die, so that's probably not 30 years from now.
Hey, but I'm going to say this since you brought that up. Look, yeah, we're old. When I first was a Packer fan, the Bears had a 20-plus game lead on us. And Bear fans used to give me crap all the time because I'm from Chicago. They would tell me, you will never see that in your lifetime that will change. And I'm here to tell those Bear fucking fans that you guys took what you did in 75 years, we did in 25. And now have the motherfucking lead. And I'm seeing it in my fucking lifetime.
Yeah.
Period.
That's what the Lions are going to do.
It's not.
The Lions could do it. They could.
They could, but I don't think so.
Could.
You just said we'll split this year.
I believe they're going to split. Hey. But
no, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Chad. You said we'll split this year, which means that you think that we will develop into a really good football team. So it's not happening anytime soon if you guys do it.
Do you know what it's like to go into Lambeau Field as a freaking away team? Give me a break. I know what it's like.
Hey, man, the Bears know what it's like to go to their own home field and be the underdogs.
But wait a minute. I do know for a fact, Chad, that it wasn't that bad because I've gone to Lambeau, and I got to be honest. I've been to a million Raiders games. I've never seen this before. When I went to Lambeau my first time, I was like, wow, everyone is getting along and everyone's friendly, even though these teams hate each other. And I'll bet you had a really good experience, Chad. I'll bet you did.
Yeah, well, didn't you see the replays of the game last year? They got along with, there's like screenshots from the Detroit Lions, the actual Detroit Lions. They have their crews there and they're filming because we're one of the best film crews now. We put out good content, and no, everybody seemed nice. Now, when we won, they just left. All the Packer fans just left, and all the Lions fans got to go to the front row and celebrate with the Lions players.
Well, that's what Nick's talking about. If you guys win, you're just going to run away. You don't want to talk to nobody.
Because I've never been to the Las Vegas Raiders Stadium, which I hear is amazing. I'm from the Bay Area. I've been to Oakland a million times and watched the Raiders in Oakland a million times. And when the Raiders lose, you don't get to celebrate that the Raiders lost. Those people take it pretty serious. There's a jail in the Coliseum. There used to be a jail in the actual Coliseum, their own little jail. So I've watched Chargers fans get thrown down the cement steps. I watched a Broncos fan go into the porta potty and get slammed over in the porta potty.
They tipped it over on him?
Yep. That was my first Raider game I ever went to. They played the Broncos. I must have been like 8 years old. My first experience of an NFL football game, a Broncos fan goes into the porta potty, normal porta potty that everyone's using, right? There's like 10 of them, right? And because he's a Broncos fan and he's flipping all the Raiders fans off and fuck you guys, and he goes in the porta potty, there was a collective group that was like, yep, fuck this guy, and they flipped it over on him. And
That's disgusting.
That's his fault, though. Don't rub it in.
I'm now scared to go into the porta potty, and my mom's like, but you're not wearing Broncos gear. It's okay. You can go into the porta potty. And I'm like, I'm 8 years old. You know what I mean? That was my first NFL game ever. And not only that,
Nick's there's a porta potty phobia.
I didn't watch Raiders fans fight Broncos fans that day while we were tailgating in the parking lot. I watched Raiders fans fight Raiders fans right in the middle in the parking lot. So Green Bay Packers fans, you went to Lambeau, you had a good time, because some of us it's a rough time, man.
Hey, I got something for you, Nick. And I got something for you, John.
Yeah.
If I bought some Green Bay Lions tickets, would you guys get Packer Lions tickets and you guys come here? And
how about you buy the tickets, I'll reimburse you for the tickets, and I will fly personally down there just to hang out with all you guys and have a wonderful time. Absolutely, at Ford Field.
Yeah, but I want to go to
Lambeau.
Yeah, Lambeau.
Okay. 10 times as expensive, but right now is the time to get them because they're cheap, like for right now.
Yeah, that's true.
When do all the tickets go on sale this week, right? Yeah.
I can already get Lions tickets. I think.
Yeah, I know. I think they all went on like Wednesday or something. Tuesday,
If
Wednesday.
you do that, I'm sure Rob and John and everyone else, Bill, motherfucking Packer fan, everyone else, I'll reimburse you for my ticket. I'll even buy your beers for the whole night. I'll fucking, because you know what? When you go to Lambeau and you go to a Green Bay game, it's a parade. It's not a football game.
You actually need about 2 days. You need 2 days.
There's
Go
beer
to the game
tents,
before the
alcohol
game.
tents, food trucks everywhere. There's
Tailgating.
tailgating
Yeah,
everywhere.
John.
There's fucking whole streets shut down. It's like going to an actual carnival and shit.
It's like a lifestyle, man. It's a lifestyle.
I'm only 45
If
minutes
you
away
do
from
that,
there.
Chad, I will personally buy even your ticket. I'll gladly do that, and I'll fly out there and watch the game with you. Hand in hand, we'll have our arms around each other no matter who the fuck wins.
I'll wear my Lions shit. You wear your Green Bay shit.
And if anybody
And we'll
fucks with you, I'll fuck with them back just for you. All right, bud?
Yep, and I do the same for you. Now, the Lions fans are pretty decent. Yeah, they'll mouth off to you.
I've actually
but,
heard that Ford Field, it's actually really docile. I
Yeah.
heard that at the Bears games, though, it gets kind of crazy. That was the only thing that I've ever heard. Is
Yeah.
at the Bears games it gets
I've been to a few of those.
Well, try going to a Philly game.
No, I'm sure. It's just drunk. It's being just drunk fans, man. You can't help people being drunk and stupid.
See, I've been to a lot of Raiders games in Oakland, so if I went to an Eagles game, I'm gonna have like a neutral color on.
In Philly, they throw batteries at you, man.
Every game, every stadium is going to have some kind of fucking idiots fighting and shit.
That was against the Raiders in Philadelphia. They had snowballs because it was
With the batteries,
on
yeah.
it. And they threw
Yeah.
them at the Raiders. I'll bet you the Raiders players were sitting there going, "If we were in Oakland, motherfucker."
I remember that. That was a long time ago. The
That
snowball.
was like 1999.
Dude, if they were in Oakland, they wouldn't have been able to throw snowballs.
They were threatening to cancel the game because we were throwing them.
Bro, that was
cancel the game.
shit.
I remember that game.
At least if we go to an Eagles game, I'm not a Vikings fan, so I don't have to really worry. You know what I mean?
The history there.
Why would you fuck with the Rocky statue? Like, what are you thinking, bro?
Exactly.
You're in the mecca of dickheads, and you're fucking with the Rocky statue, which they clearly.
Yeah, I'm like 45 minutes away from Green Bay, so I'm gonna go up to the training camp this year and get some, especially with Love and shit. I'm gonna get some pictures and videos and shit.
Chad.
That's the one thing I miss, man. I lived in Chicago. I would go every year for training camp. I would go camp out and stay up there for a week. Yeah. And then I'd go to family night, too. Catch family night.
Yeah.
I'm about to end this live. But Chad, why don't you send me a friend request? It's either Nick Green or Nicholas Green. There's two of them.
On Facebook. Hang on, let me do it right now. I got
I mean, I'm being serious. Let's talk about this. If John Dorn wants to drive
damn serious
his 45-minute ass over with us, and Rob wants to get off his ass too and drive over with us with your lovely wife and your kids, we can get Bill a Packer fan involved. We can get everyone involved, and why don't we go?
I need numbers.
Lions and Packers. I'm sure we could have a fucking wonderful time, man.
Bro, just tell me where I got to go. You don't got to involve everybody else.
Now, one thing I won't do is treat you guys to a Brett Favre dinner because I'm not paying $60 a steak for everybody, okay?
I don't even think that place is there anymore, man.
Are you sure it's not there anymore?
I've eaten plenty of steaks there, but I haven't been there in a while. I mean, I haven't been since I've been to Texas. I haven't been there, so.
I'm sorry,
I
Brett
got
Favre.
owner operator Grim Green. Is that you?
What?
Owner operator at Nick Green. Grim Green.
Oh yeah,
he's on your frozen tundra.
Yeah, he's under the frozen tundra.
Yeah.
So just go under Frozen Tundra, but then how do I get my messages? I was looking on
Then
Facebook.
let's look up Nick Green.
Yeah, just look up Nick. Yeah, Nicholas Green, I think it is. He's got a little kid on his shoulder, little baby.
Well, I got Rob Haspel's on my shoulder.
Yeah. Oh.
That's Nicholas Green.
I made that for you, didn't I?
The Nick Green one is me and my wife. We went to the New England Patriots Packers game in Boston, and it's us on the tailgate, and she's wearing a Packers hoodie, or actually it's a beanie, even though she's a Cowboys fan.
Dude, that's one of my favorite memories of all time. When we played the Steelers, I could see the stadium from where I lived.
Nick,
less than a mile from me, I could see the stadium. And the week before, we had a blizzard, so everything was shut down. Like half the stuff that was supposed to be for the Super Bowl didn't arrive because everything was shut down here. But you know who came? All the fans. There were Steelers fans and there were Packer fans in droves throughout. You could just walk the streets. I was talking to all. I mean, I had the best fucking time, man. It was the best time.
Nick, add me to Facebook, Chad Datema. You'll see a picture that's kind of dark with me holding a 10-pound bass.
How do you spell Datema?
Datema.
Chad Datema.
And oh, by the way, Michigan football team going to the playoffs at 4-6. The Michigan Panthers, USFL.
So wait a minute. What's your profile picture?
You'll see one with, it'll be dark. It's me holding a 10-pound bass out in front of me. A big fish.
It's actually a 3-pound that he's holding up.
It's 10.
John, it was 10 pounds. The biggest bass I ever caught.
Datema.
Where do you live?
Datema. I live in Michigan, but I caught that one in Florida.
Well, see, Florida's got some big bass. Texas and Florida got big bass.
You can't find it, bro. That's not anywhere in here.
Let me try this again, man. What the fuck?
Anyways, so we're gonna do this. I'm gonna end the live. Now, when the live ends, we can talk to each other after.
Yeah.
I'll talk with chat. But thank you everybody that watched. I just looked and a lot of viewers again. That motherfucker was like thousands. I'm like, yes, thousands.
Dude, I went in the Lions thing and I was saying like, hey man, I'm in here alone with all these Packer fans. Come in here to the Lions things just to get people in here.
That one Facebook user that kept chiming in, his name's Baz. He's in another country. He's a hardcore Packer fan, man.
Yeah.
And, he's a lot of fun, though, but he's got a bad connection. He's hard to keep on.
So, Chad, why don't you do this? Yeah. Why don't you go on to Frozen Tundra Network, our actual page, or Bill the Packers fans page, comment something. I can click on your profile and then add you.
Or how about this? Why have you closed the show out yet?
No.
Huh?
Have you closed the show out yet?
I have not. I'm going to close it out right now real quick. Let me do this.
Give me your phone number.
I'm going to close it out. Let's do this. Thank you, everybody that watched. Go Pack Go.
Go Pack Go.
I always give everyone their last piece. Rob, John Dorn, Chad. I'm going to go Rob first. I'm just going to go around the horn. Rob, what is the last thing that you want to say?
Man, I'm just excited. Let's get this damn season started. And all you damn Lion fans, please chill out till you win something.
Boom, boom, boom. John Dorn, what was the last thing you want to say?
I just want to say I can't wait till training camp comes because between now and then it's kind of fucking boring.
Fucking sucks.
Yeah.
We're trying real hard to give content.
Yeah. And it's going to be an interesting season. That's all I'm going to say.
Is, once the season starts and the games are being played, we're going to get 1 million viewers again. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But right now we're trying. We're trying real hard. And Chad, what would you like for your sign off to be?
I really appreciate how cordial you guys are, and I understand we're like enemies but friends. We're friends. Yeah. We don't know each other that well. And I also want to warn you: watch out for air traffic control. That's coming.
Is that the new? Is that like the Legion of Boom? We got air traffic control, the greatest show on turf. Was that your tag? What the fuck?
So
air traffic control coming your way.
My sign off is going to be that Go Pack Go. and air traffic control has nothing on our 3 best cornerbacks in the whole fucking league.
Yeah,
boom,
but you
boom, boom. So
you keep thinking we don't.
I know, right?
Standing here and then
Holy shit.
I'm going to give the intro again. You guys stay on. Chad, you stay on. Once the intro is done, I'm going to end the live, and then we'll talk, all right?
2020 NFL Draft. The Green Bay Packers select Jordan Love, quarterback, Utah State.
49ers bring pressure to inside backers come down the sideline. Romeo Doubs, a touchdown.
Hang on. Love to Watson to a 1-score game.
Hey, this is Ahman Green, Green Bay Packers all-time leader in rusher. Bill, the Packer fan, and Packer owner, Nick. They run a website for Packer news and updates, and I know Packer news hasn't been so great lately because we got some players that are not Packers anymore that you loved at one time, but you might hate a little bit right now.
2 great running backs. We have a competent offensive line.
He's saying that he felt in November and December that they didn't want him back.
Get a little safety in that position. Either we go.
There's no reason to believe we can't return, but.
And they already came out. There's a couple guys that came out and said that Rodgers is telling what
solution of it, and don't let them go for anything under than 1.
And you know what, Packer fans? The Bears still suck. So go Pack Go, and good luck to Bill and Nick. It's their website and their Packer news. Talk to you later.
It's a lot easier to come in and skip doing mop-up duty, but he threw the ball off. He kind of looked like Aaron Rodgers the way he was throwing the ball sidearm and just flicking the wrist, and the ball was just jumping out of his hands.
Agreed.
Hey everybody, this is Gerhard de Beer, former Green Bay Packer offensive lineman, and you're watching Frozen Tundra Network with Bill the Packer fan and Packer owner Nick. Enjoy.